holy name is Sri Sri Radha Krishna sitting on that Divya Ravinda. Divya Srimat Ratnakara Simhasanastav Srimat Radha Srila Govinda Deva Prekshalibi Namami. Holy name is like that. Sri Sri Radha Govinda sitting on the Divya Simhasanastav. Yeah. Just glorifying, even if it's a little glorification, but a very enlivening, dear devotees. Very enlivening. And giving the glory that the Nama deserves, the Lord deserves. That itself will just purge away our miseries. Giving the glory that they deserve. So Brhad Bhagavatamrta, so far we have heard about Gopakumara, the Narad Muni trying to see who is the best, who is the most fortunate soul in the universe, who has received the most mercy from the Lord. So far we have heard from about the Brahmana, and after that the king, and then the king said, what kind of worship am I doing? So Brahmana was doing little worship, and Narada Muni said, oh, this is so, you're fortunate, you're doing this worship. Then the Brahmana says, no, is this a worship at all? You should go to the king and look at the deity worship that he does, so opulent, and he has so devotion. Narada Muni goes there, and then king says, oh, Narada Muni says, oh, you are the best, yeah? You are so fortunate, and you are able to do such wonderful deity service here. He goes, what kind of service am I doing here? Huh? And then he says, the Lord is directly present there in Indraloka as Upayendra. And so you should go to Indra. He is more fortunate. And Narada Muni goes there. Says, oh, Indra, you are so fortunate. Indra says, oh, you don't know my side of the story and how I feel. This is how I feel, Indra says. And then because he's Vamana Upendra, because he had to stay here for some time, he does it. But my place is so limited. I only can do so much. You should go up in those upper planetary systems. You have to go to Brahmaloka. And then Narada Muni says, oh, is that so? Anyway, thank you. Yeah, Brahma, you are so fortunate. Look at you. Sahasra Sisha, Sahasra Purusha. You are worshipping this Narayana. Look at the arms, Sahasra, 1,000 arms, 1,000 heads. And you got a handshake from Narayana. And he's taking this personal worship from you. You are so fortunate. Brahma says, wait a minute, please. And your praise is very painful for me, because you are thinking that this is fortune, but you should go to beyond this Brahmanda. Brahma is in this Brahmanda, right? So go to beyond this Brahmanda. And what is the word that was used, Prabhu? Beyond the Brahmanda is?
Prapancha Atita.
Prapancha Atita. Yeah. Prapancha Atita Loka. That is beyond the material world. So that's where we are, dear devotees. And if you have noticed, we have switched back to the concised version. Because in the other version, it's a good one. It's a good one, and there's a lot of explanation. But it sounded like it's good for a personal study, personal elaborative study. But for a group study, to keep the momentum going on, we are coming back to the previous version, and we will continue from where we have left in the previous version. And we already heard where we were until now, and we will now move. Narada Muni is going to take us to Prapancha Atita. This is beautiful, dear devotees, the Sanskrit word. prapancha atita. So beyond this universe, and let's see what Narada Muni is going to tell us and show us. Yes, please, somebody, you can start just the translations part. We can go ahead, please. And is that from there, Prabhu, not the one above?
No, Mataji. I think that is the starting.
For the prapancha. So this is Shri Parikshit Uvacha. Oh, that's word to word. Hey? Okay, yes, Prabhu. Yes, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Seeing Lord Shiva, who wrapped in love for Krishna, was singing and dancing as he worshipped Lord Shankarshana, and who was also praising his followers, headed by Nandishvara, as they were singing, playing musical instruments, and joyfully calling out Jaya, Jaya, and who was also praising goddesses Uma as she was expertly playing the kartals. The sage Narada became happy, sounded his veena, and bowed down to offer respect.
Yeah. Dear devotees, is it any different that they're doing than what we do here? Doing the arti, doing the kirtan? It's the same thing that they're doing there. Lord Shiva, Parvati Devi, Kartal, and everybody, the Shiva Gana, everybody, they are also doing the same thing as we do here, the kirtan. Yeah. Yes, please. So we are hearing this. We want to hear like this also, because when we are doing kirtan, then we know it is not an ordinary one. We just don't take it for granted. Even Lord Shiva, the Shiva Gana, everybody is doing the same thing. So it's a glorious thing and we want to cherish.
Yes.
We are fortunate. It's not a formal, okay, let's do, yeah, Hare Krishna, is the time over? No. This is kirtan. And this is what even Lord Shiva, everybody wanting to do. And that's the fortune that is given to us. So in order to, these words should ring in our ears when we are hearing the kirtan and doing bhakti. Yes, please, next.
Again and again, Narada sang, "You are the great object of Lord Krishna's mercy." Repeating his further words, Narada glorified Shiva in a melodious voice. When eager to touch the dust of Sri Shiva's lotus feet, the sage dear to Krishna approached him. The demigod, intoxicated by the flooding nectar stream of love for Sri Krishna, pulled the sage to him, embraced him, and respectfully said, "O son of Brahma, what are you saying?" When by conversing with Narada, the best of Vaishnavas, Shiva, who is the Lord of Parvati's life, became plunged in the nectar of transcendental bliss, stopped his ecstatic dancing, retired with a few intimate associates, and sat in the Virasana yoga posture on a Kushagrasa seat. With great devotion, Narada bowed down to offer respect to him and recited many prayers describing his glory as the master of the universe. Then he sang of Lord Krishna's great mercy to Shiva. Maybe
Yeah.
devotees, you can take your
Take the
turn.
turn, please. So Lord Shiva is sitting. Yeah, Lord Shiva is sitting in Virasana, and all his ganas are present around. And Mother Parvati is also there. And Narada just glorified Lord Shiva. And now, after that, is glorified Krishna. And then what happened? Please go ahead, Mataji.
Covering his ears, Shiva, the best of all Vaishnavas, the preacher of devotion for Lord Vishnu, very angrily said, "I have never been the master of the universe, and I am not the object of Lord Krishna's mercy. I always yearned for the mercy of the servants of Lord Krishna."
Beautiful. Please continue.
Sri Parikshit said, bewildered, Narad stopped his prayer of Shiva's identity with Krishna. Thinking himself an offender, he slowly said, Sri Narada said, Lord, in truth, you both understand and preach the great mystery of the glories of Lord Vishnu and his devotees. For this reason, the best of Vaishnavas yearn for your mercy, and Lord Krishna himself is pleased with you and wholeheartedly chants your glories. How
Actually, Lord Shiva's words are very, very profound here. Can we go back again, please? Read them, Mataji. He said only few words, but they are very potent. Yes, please. I was never the master of this universe. That's one thing. And second thing is, I'm only the servant of the servant of the servants. Is that right?
Mataji.
Yes.
These are the
I
two
have never-
verses.
Should I
These
read,
are
Mataji?
right. Henna? These are the two words, Henna?
Yes, Mataji.
Ah.
I am not the object of Lord Krishna's mercy. I always yearn for the mercy of the servants of Lord Sri Krishna.
Yeah. And I was never the also master of the, yeah. He said he was never the master of the universe. Lord Shiva. When this you know, when we squeeze out orange, only orange juice comes out. And then say when we squeeze out something, say apple, then the apple content comes out. Like this, it's just very natural for the orange to give out the orange juice. Effortlessly, it's just natural. That's what comes out. Like this, these pure devotees, these pure devotees, it is just so natural of them. Their content inside is humility. Their content is humility. So by default, whatever, even a casual expression from them is just imbued with humility. And this is Sri Brhad Bhagavatamrta, this Sanatana Goswami. Yeah. These are the writings of these Mahajanas. I am never the master of this universe. And more than the mercy of the Lord, I am actually the mercy of the devotees, of the servant of the servant of the servants. Dear devotees, it feels like we have heard this again and we are hearing this again. But what Lord Shiva is speaking is especially these two things. I'm never the master of this universe, and I am waiting for the mercy of the servant of the servant of the servants. Yeah, the Dainya Bhava, especially, it's not so, it is not so hard to get the mercy of Bhagavan actually. But the mercy of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant Bhagavan. Gopirjana Bharta Pada Kamalayo. Dasa Dasanu Dasa Dasanu Dasa. How long that Dasa is, we are getting so much of mercy actually. And see, this is the precise classification. This is the conception behind the classification of neophyte, a madhyamadikari and a pure devotee. Neophyte devotee, in the sense just starting to know bhakti, start to do bhakti, they see that the mercy is from Bhagwan and they offer their awe and reverence to the deity. To the deity. For them, the Lord is there in the deity only. Like that. That is when we are just starting bhakti. Yes, the Lord is certainly there in the deity, no doubt about it. But the Lord, the very same Lord, is actually present in everybody's heart. The same deity is present in everybody's heart. As the deity is standing on the altar, everybody's. So in the initial stages of bhakti, there's so much of focus and attention, and they think their focus is mercy from the Lord. But later on, mercy from the servants of the servants of the servants. So this is all, they go together. As our consciousness blossoms more, blossoms more, and then wherever they see, there is Krishna, not just on the altar. So on that note, when somebody is yearning to get the mercy of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant, that is on that platform. This is not directly rushing to the Lord, but the servant of the servant of the servant. Yes, please. Took some time here, but this is beautiful. That's why. One more thing I wanted to mention here in this context is, and that's why Gauranga Mahaprabhu. See, Gauranga, how he gives this pristine teachings, the most concentrated one, most effective one. He makes it as a garland of flowers and gives his teachings. Gauranga Siksha, the teachings of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gopir Bhakta Pada Kamalaya. Dasa, 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 dasanu dasa. That is coming from Gauranga. So each thing that Gauranga Mahaprabhu said is like a gem. See, this thing, Gopir Bharta Jana Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Dasanu Dasa, we have heard it. But there is so much behind this. Why Gauranga Mahaprabhu is endorsing this particular status to us? Because it's the topmost status. Not directly offering personal worship to Bhagavan, not like that. This is the topmost one because there is a lot of mercy accumulated. The more the servants are in between us and Bhagavan, so much of mercy is being accumulated. And our consciousness is so much pure and so much blossomed. And that is what Gauranga Mahaprabhu is giving us. Yeah. This time, it just goes to 9 o'clock so quickly. Okay, dear devotees. Jyosna Mataji, where did we pause, please?
Scroll down more. No, before that, I think. No, here. I think that's why the Vaishnavas yearn for your mercy and Lord Krishna is pleased. We read this one. Prabhu, scroll down.
Text 15, Mataji. Need to start text 15.
Yeah, from here, right?
Yeah.
Should I continue,
Yeah.
Mataji?
I think, yes, maybe. Yes, we'll see where it stops in a. And yes, Mataji, please go ahead. We'll see where we are. Yeah.
How many times did Lord Krishna, assuming many different forms, worship you with devotion? How many benediction did he take from you?
Who is the speaking? Is it Narada or Shiva?
Narada Mataji.
Narada Muni is saying this to Shiva.
Yes, Mataji.
Lord Shiva.
Narada said, yeah.
So Narada said, Lord, in truth, you both understand. Okay. And then for this reason, the best of Vaishnavas yearn for your mercy. And Lord Krishna himself is pleased with you and wholeheartedly. This is all Lord Narada praising Lord Shiva. And yes, please. Please go on, Mataji. We'll see. We'll hear the up until then praise of to Lord Shiva. Yeah.
Sri Parikshit said, unable to remain peaceful while hearing these words, the embarrassed Shiva suddenly rose from his seat and with both hands covered Narada's mouth. Don't speak this reckless nonsense about me, he said.
Okay, we will pause here and we want to hear what Lord Shiva said in the next session. Half an hour went by so quickly. We want to give a little time for Parasparam also, so we can hear from you also, even if it is a word or so. Dear